Good evening, guys and girls. Rob here with you this evening, and I'm going to show you a new game that I'm going to attempt to at least delve into, at least give it a try. Um, I'm pretty knowledgeable in this sport, and I just feel pretty good about this game. I hope that um, that I can present it to you in a way that you'll enjoy it. I hope so. Let me kind of show you guys what's going on, tell you the game, and then tell you a little more about it, and then how I'm going to work it out. Okay, here we go. All right. All right. It's called the squared circle. Let's get this out of there. There we go. Let's do like that. Squared circle. Okay, and it is uh, the 1986 Crockett Mid Atlantic Territory. Is what I've got right here. Okay, squared circle. So, it's a lot of wrestlers involved, a lot of wrestlers, not just 20 or 30, but it's a lot more than that. Um, the front pages here, I've got two sided and everything, like Magnum TA along with uh, Nikita Koloff right there, PowerPoints, stuff like that. I've got all these charts and stuff, front and backs. I've got it that way. Just decided to run with it that way. Midnight Express, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, and I think they're holding the World Tag Team Championships up there. So Nikita Koloff, Ric Flair. Yes, I did, Dwayne. And Tommy Young, referee. So thrown out of the ring, different things like that. And then all of a sudden, we get to our wrestlers, and there's time limits and stuff like that. We get to our wrestlers, and they've been ranked prior to me getting them. So I've got them in the order that they're in. This is from the WCW NWA days of 86. 1986, Barry Windham, Arn Anderson, who is the next one's Ole Anderson. All right. And they go on down Robert Gibson, Dennis Condrey. So this was a Midnight Express before Stan Lane came into the picture. Ivan Koloff, the Warlord, Sheska Watley. Just got this game and all the PDF booklets of it. I'm going to watch you play it as well. All right, Thomas, wonderful. Thomas Morgan, T.J. Khan, yeah, Nelson Royal, Buddy Landale, rest in peace, Buddy Landale. Bill Dundee, Dutch Mantell has his own. He has his own vlog now. Brad Armstrong, rest in peace. Steve Regal, Mr. Electricity. Believe it or not, does anybody know he held the AWA World Tag Team titles. Him and Jimmy Garvin. Can you tell me who they beat? Steve Regal, Jimmy Garvin. They beat a tag team for the AWA belts. Who did they beat? See if I can find Jimmy Garvin here. Garvin will be back this way a little bit. Probably not far, but a little ways. There's Jimmy Garvin. Jimmy Garvin right there. Him and him. They were tag teaming. And in the AWA, they won the AWA tag team titles. They beat a famous tag team. Can you tell me who they beat? There's Don Knodel. He just passed away recently. He's from Burlington, North Carolina. Rocky Knodel, a.k.a. Yeah, they beat the Road Warriors. You're right. Frank and Thomas both got it. Yeah. Does anybody know what his name was? Rocky Knodel. He went by a different name before he went by Rocky Knodel. Does anybody know that name? This guy right here. He didn't go by Rocky Knodel his whole career. Prior to that, he went by a different name. I think he went by his mom's maiden name. I think Big Bubba. Paul Jones, Denny Brown, World Junior Heavyweight title champion there at one time. Mike Jackson, the Alabama Junior Heavyweight champion, which has never been a belt, but he's held it for 54 years, they say. Or 50 years or some garbage. Todd Champion, Rocky King. Was that a tough question? Was that a tough question? Rocky Kernodle. What was Rocky Kernodle's name? He went by a totally different name in NWA, and then all of a sudden Don said, "Yeah, you picking on my little brother." So there's the Italian Stallion. Nighthawk Joe Coltrane. George South. He still trains wrestlers. Mitch Snow. He went to the AWA for a long time. He became a decent wrestler. Tony Zane, Vernon Deaton. He was one of the Thunderfoots there at one time. Vernon Deaton. Randy and Bill Mulkey. Oh, they're a more famous squash team than these two. I don't think so. People love to watch it. People love watching. Golden Terror, Grim Reaper, Brody Chase, Gene Ligon, Mac and Jim Jeffers, Tommy Lane, and Mark Fleming. Yeah. Stony Burke and Ben Alexander. Mike Samani and Ron Rossi. Big Bill Tab and Larry Clark. Kent Glover and Paul Garner. Art Pritz. He can actually slam somebody, so he's a big guy. Dave Spencer. I'm not sure I remember Dave Spencer. Jack Weathers and Lee Peak. Randy Barber, kind of balding guy. Pat Myers. Alan Martin, and Larry Stevens. He was on Bewitched, Larry Stevens. So they've got some of them ranked. They don't have all of them ranked. Let's go back to the question I showed you guys. Rocky Kernodle was also known as Keith Larson. Keith Larson was Rocky Kernodle. Yeah. And it shows that Ric Flair is the number one. Was the number one with points right now. Once I get my world champion and I get my U.S. champion and my world tag team champions and my U.S. tag team champions, that's going to be four. That's going to be it. World champion, U.S. champion, world tag team champions, U.S. tag team champions. That's enough belts. That's enough belts. I think there's too many belts out there now. Rock and Roll Express actually ranked number one. Midnight Express, Big Bubba, and Jim Cornette. Road Warriors, no Paul Ellering right there, but he's in the game. Andersons, cousins there, or so-called cousins, yeah. Paul Jones's Army. Jim. Oh, okay. Oh, I'll skip one. Four Horsemen, Russians. Jimmy Valiant. Rick Rude, Manny Fernandez. Magnum TA and Dusty Rhodes, Barry Windham, Ron Garvin. Kansas Jayhawks, the Kernodles, Bill Dundee, and Buddy Landell. Bill Dundee, the world's tallest midget. Lightning Express, and that's who we've got there as tag teams. I can make some more tag teams though if I care to. Paul Jones, Baby Doll, and yeah, I can make other tag teams. That's not a problem. Yeah. So, are you folks interested in watching this on my channel? It's wrestling I know about. I'll say that much. It's wrestling that I know about. I went to the first Starrcade. I watched Chi-Town Heat on the big screen. The one at the Norfolk Scope, I think that's when Luger got screwed by Flair. I watched that somewhere too. I may have got that pay-per-view at the house. but that's been my primary places to watch wrestling over the years. Is uh, I've always liked the NWA. That's always been my favorite. I know more people like WWE and AEW and everything. This was me. This was my wrestling. So I'm thinking about doing some house shows. Okay, house shows. They show you how to do it and everything like that. Um, Hair versus hair matches, cage matches, everything. Plan on trying to show you guys as much of it as I possibly can. Squared circle. Um, it is the Mid Atlantic. You can't read that. You can't read that print. Yeah, you can. 1986 Mid Atlantic Wrestling. I'm gonna try to do it as best I can. I don't know if this is going to draw people wanting to watch my channel or having 5 people a night watching, but I'm like, let's give it a shot, okay? Let's give it a shot. See what happens. Get this out of my way. And if we do it, what the heck? We'll try it a couple of times, do a couple of house shows. We'll go from different town to different town, and I'll try. I'll try to do it on different nights of the week. So when you used to have them come through your town on a Wednesday night, you had to go to school the next day. Mom, can I go to wrestling? It's $8 tonight. Hey, you gotta go to school tomorrow. I know, but I'll be back by midnight.
Is this pizza done?
Is it brown?
Probably.
All right, go ahead and put it on low. Put it on low. Broil. Hit broil, then hit the low button. Yep, making a pizza tonight. So I hope you guys will watch it. Hi, Mrs. Robb, says Thomas Morgan. And I welcome people to come on the channel and talk about wrestling with me. We can do it. We can definitely do it. I went to a Raw wrestling. Gosh, I don't know how many, 25 years ago, probably at least that long ago. And I sat on the second row. On the third row, right behind me, Don Kernodle sat behind me. We sat there and talked for an hour before wrestling started. That was at Roanoke Civic Center. And so we're going to definitely try to see what we can do as far as some house shows, mainly house shows. And then we're going to try to do the Saturday studio wrestling, 6:05 to 8:05, a 2-hour deal there. What's up, Alex? I don't, I'll show you guys again. Show you guys again what we got going on. I hope you'll want to watch it. I really do. Because if yeah, there we go. If you'll watch this on my channel, I will really, really appreciate it, And Road Warriors, and it looks like Ric Flair maybe, and Nikita Koloff, and then Nikita Koloff, and it looks like maybe that's Magnum TA, and then Rock and Roll Express. So yeah, I'm gonna feature this on my channel now. I'm gonna see what we can do and try to do an event, probably 5 to 6 matches. And if I do that, then I may even have some assistants. You may even see somebody over here rolling dice on this side right here. And then this side right here, you may see the wrestlers. So I'll try to work it with you guys best I can. I got there's other news with all the folks that come in here. I'll let each person tell you what they've got going on. It's better for them than for me to tell everybody stuff. Not gonna see Keith tonight. He doesn't have electric. Harris is at game 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. He's working down in Miami tonight. So, you guys know Harris if you see him. It'd be cool. Be very cool if you got to see him up there working up in the crowd, But He's down there. Let's see. Is it a basketball game? Yeah, it's his football. It's a hockey game. Florida Panthers at. I mean, Vegas at Florida. I think that's right. I think that's tonight. What's up, Michael Peterson? So we're gonna try. We're gonna give our best effort with Square Circle, Mid Atlantic Territory Wrestling. I'm gonna set up some cards. I'm gonna do some in studio wrestling, and then we'll do some shows, some travel shows and stuff. Then our first pay per view, I will try to get ourselves a world champion, and maybe even get ourselves a U.S. champion, and maybe a U.S. tag team champion, or a world tag team champion. Maybe we'll call it Champions Night or something like that. Our pay per view. It'll be our first one. We don't have any world champion right now. We got rankings, is it? But I'm going to let them wrestle each other. We're going to see what happens. Okay. So some of these Saturday night wrestlings, some of these wrestlings that we're going to have in different arenas, we may have an event that's going to, the main event may end up being a world heavyweight tournament match, stuff like that. Okay. Um, we may do a cage match for the U.S. title. I don't know how we're going to do it yet, but I'm going to do something different with the U.S. title than I would the world title. World title, everybody's going to be 1-on-1 on 1-on-1. No 4-on-1. Everyone indoors in your area. No, we went out today. I've actually been mowing grass today. Is it clear? Not the clearest in the world, but it's not terrible out. It's really not. Here, it's not too bad yet. We're supposed to get some rain Saturday. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. And then I see next week it's supposed to rain a few days here up and down the East Coast. And I really kind of hoping it don't rain every day. I got plans at the end of next week, but it looks like it may end up hitting us anyway. So we'll see what happens. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. Squared Circle Wrestling, Crockett Mid Atlantic. I'm going to start setting up some matches, and then when I do, I'll start showing them on here and let you guys be the first ones to see what happens. And I hope you'll enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, all I want you to do is hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks so much. God bless. You all have a great rest of your evening. And Keith, I hope you get your electric back very soon. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.